That's more and Darrell Vaz knows the labor right talk to it to them. As a matter of fact, Darrell, for sure it's a labor right talk to me. A labor right called me this morning and said, I go down a Brace River, I must dig up Andrew Holness, Julian Holness, Andrew Wheatley, Everett Warmington, Bobby Montague, and Floyd Green. He said a 6 name, we must interpret what we want from that.
Jamaicans should remember this, you know, that the estimate we have of the level of corruption in Jamaica is about 5 to 7% of GDP. We're talking about $100 billion on an annual basis.
So that sounds like inefficiencies then, because should we not say that the parliamentary committees, the committees that are there, they are inefficient in carrying out the duties that are supposed to be or should have been assigned to them?
They lack the teeth because of the dominance of the executive and the arrangement we have.
Integrity Commission and...
Hello everyone, now I hope you're all doing fine. Now if you come from any black country, that includes Jamaica, the Caribbean, Africa, you are going to accept and agree with me that corruption is the biggest setback we have in our countries. Now it is not the first time we are seeing videos circulating on the social media about some few people in the government eating everything. That's the taxpayers' money. Now Dayton, Campbell, a legislature in Jamaica, came out boldly and named those people who have finished Jamaican economy. He came up and named them and said, you know what, these individuals have eaten everything that the Jamaicans people go hard being overtaxed to pay. Now let's watch this video to see how Dayton Campbell arrived to his statistics and why is he terming these people the most corrupt individuals in Jamaica, those people who have eaten everything in Jamaican history. So let's watch this video, come together and have a quick discussion about the same. Thank you.
Buju Banton made reference to the Prime Minister. Countless amounts of artists, public figures, social media influencers, people of Jamaica, even my viewers and listeners inside the comment section has referred to only one person that is called as such, and it is indeed Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Now take this as seriously as possible, sir, and let me categorically state this at the same time, that Virtual TV has no knowledge of who or whose doing is this, nor do I know where it come from and who do it, or neither do I know how it reached there. But me can tell you this, that it is the start, right? This is the start, Prime Minister Andrew Holness, that the people of Jamaica are now expressing their frustration. And if you do not know, sir, well, let me tell you, right? After going through social media this long and hearing public figures and all which I just stated in their categories, it is indeed you, sir, that the people of Jamaica, whoever have done this, have now set it for you to see on the redemption song statue in Emancipation Park, that you are the Prime Minister of this country. They have had enough. They are now tired of saying it. They are now echoing their sentiments in the streets and now writing it in red that it is time for you to go. It is time for you to go.
Hold on. And the information minister can't say nothing to me because a labor right tell me so. Me don't break no law. So she said, that's a labor right tell me so. The Labour Party make a plan that they're going to call the local election in Oakland Market. And that they are going to win the election. And then after that we are going to start fight amongst themselves. And then 3 months later they are going to call the general election. That's one Darrell Vaz knows the labor right talk to it to them. As a matter of fact, Darrell, for sure it's a labor right talk to me. A labor right called me this morning and said, I go down a Brace River, I must dig up Andrew Holness, Julian Holness, Andrew Wheatley, Emerald Warmington, Bobby Montague, and Fly Green. These are 6 names. We must interpret what we want from that. We are going to do it like with our primary school. John had 5 mangoes. John went into the election and John came out with 7 mangoes. Did John win or lose the election? A 5 player we going with and we come out with 7. So now we win. Alright. Let me ask one next question. The Jamaica Labour Party went into the election with 130 divisions. And they come out of the election with 113 divisions. The PNP went into the election with 98 divisions and come out of the election with 115 divisions. Who win? No sense again. I really wonder what going. Labour rights, put on class for the man. Remember, say Andrew Holness is a little boring nerd man. No man. Andrew Holness is like when Bible say lukewarm. He no bright and he no dunce. He no black and he no brown. He no rich and he no poor. He just in a limit. Well, no, I can't say no rich again. But he still can't declare. He just in a middle. They put on clocks for him and give him nickname and start saying greatest prime minister in Israel country. That them say. Now, let me show you something. Because maths is a thing, you know. McCarthy, you're a mathematician. Maths is a thing, you know. Andrew Holness has led the Labour Party to 3 local government elections. 2012, 2016, and 2024. When we done the election, we normally add up all the votes with the party get, we call it the popular vote. In 2012, the JLP got 247,000 votes. Right? Remember that's when they get a backside, you know, we win all 14 of the councils. In 2016, the JLP get 287,000 votes under Andrew Holness. In 2024, they get 289,000 votes. Mark Golding has led the PNP into 1 local government election. At the end of the local government election, the PNP got 311,000 votes. Then how this man is so popular and the greatest thing ever. And Mark Golding get 20,000 more votes than him. Bobby Montague got up in Parliament at the Labour Right Conference and said Mark Golding is an asset to the Labour Party. A few years ago with him out on asset. He said Mark Golding is an asset to the Labour Party. All of a sudden when they get a beating now, all of a sudden them a run now and I tell you say he can't run because him a this and him a that. If him a British, if him a Australian, if him a Jamaican, it don't matter why big. When you call the election, we are going to put the X squarely beside the head and send Mark Golding to Jamaica House of Representatives.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dayton Campbell, the General Secretary of the People's National Party. I'm just returning to Jamaica from a short trip abroad, and I realized that there's an issue that seems to be topical in the country. Now, we are a country that is governed by laws. We do have a constitution. So if I disagree with something, I cannot determine that somebody is obligated to follow my views unless, 1, it is violating the current constitution. If it isn't violating the current constitution, then guess what? I'm in luck because we are currently reviewing the constitution. So what I ought to do is to lobby to get those provisions in the new constitution. So whether it is Prime Minister, any other politician, members of the media, members of civil society, they cannot determine that somebody has an obligation to do something that is one, not violating the current constitution, or two, they haven't seen it fit to put it in the new constitution. If it is so important and essential to governance in the country, why aren't we lobbying to put it in the new constitution? We are actually reviewing the constitution at this point in time. Let us have wider consultation, more participation from the public, and then whatever the public decides, then all of us as politicians would have to adhere to that, because we believe in the rule of law. None of us is above the law. So my views are simple. If something is a problem, let us get it in the constitution so that we can get a rule that governs it. What we cannot have is a prime minister who says, all right, if you're an MP, you can be a dual citizen, but if you're going to be the one trying to take my job running against me, then you're not allowed to do so. That is almost like jailing your opponent. Recall that in 2007, Bruce Golden was the leader of the JLP. But by 2011, guess what? Andrew Holness became Prime Minister. Nobody voted in 2007 thinking that Andrew Holness would have been Prime Minister. It means that once you're a member of Parliament, there is a chance that you could become Prime Minister. So let us deal with this thing in accordance with the law, not emotions. Let us run the country with rules and laws. If you have a problem with something, put it in the new constitution. Let's go back to the table and get it in the constitution. God bless you.
Hello everyone. Now, we all can agree that in a corrupt government, in a corrupt society, there is no development that can survive. Now, this is very evident, and if you travel to most African or black countries in the world, you are going to realize that any country that has been ranked as the top corrupt countries in this world are very far behind in development. Now, it is not just a matter of saying and sitting back. Now, corruption has eaten everything, and corruption has led to countries fail out. Now, it is not the first time we are hearing someone coming out and saying these individuals are corrupt. It's not the first time we have seen in our newspapers about some individuals being summoned to ESCC, being summoned by the anti-corruption commissions in this world. It's not the first time we have seen our leaders being engaged and being associated with so much bigger scandals in our countries. Now, it is high time that now people have started talking about the corruption in our countries. Now, this is the biggest monster against the monster that is fighting the progress that the black countries have taken and have achieved in some years. Now, it is true and evident that when corruption takes part in a country, it means the resources that were channeled to other ministries are going to be cut off for some few individuals to benefit, for some few individuals to pocket and maybe benefit with whatever could have benefited millions. How many times have we seen our hospitals run without doctors because some people in a ministry have eaten everything? How many times have we seen our doctors strike in these countries because some people took the money that was supposed to be paid to the doctors? Now, how many times have we seen people die in our roads because the police officers, the traffic officers are taking bribe? How many times have we seen those youths with bigger dreams die off because some people are taking bribes to an extent where these youths can't afford? How many times have we seen our recruitment officers taking bribe just for our boys and girls to be recruited in the army or in the police force units? Now, it is high time someone talks about this. Now, corruption starts from the top to the bottom, and the vice versa is also true. It can either start with me or you. So, when a country is engulfed in corruption, that country automatically fails. The economy of that country will never prosper. Now, it is time our leaders come out and be transparent on how the resources they collect, The taxes they tax us, the people, how it's being used, the transparency on our taxes should be considered as a key factor to leadership. Now, it is not just a matter of one leader, Dayton Campbell, coming out. Maybe this might have been fueled by the politics that is happening in Jamaica, the succession politics. But even if that was the matter, we still agree that corruption has played a key role in our economy's fallout in most countries. Now, Jamaica has not been left behind. Caribbean has not been left behind. My country, Kenya, has never been left behind, because this is where corruption has been fueled the most. We've seen leaders cruising in big cars that they never had while going to ask for votes. While they were campaigning, they were in small cars with no security. But what happens? They have gained so much that they think people are coming after their lives. So what do? They mount a lot of security. They call for so many security members to protect them, because they have the money to pay, because they on a daily basis embezzle resources that were meant for development in our countries. It is high time we stop politicizing corruption. It is high time we start making this corruption look so bad, so that no one wants to be associated with. We've praised corruption so much, in that those corrupt people see themselves as our lords. They drive so big cars, we bow to them because they have taken everything we have, and we think we can do nothing. Yes, we can do something. It is high time. Even if you're in the opposition or in the government, it is high time we say no to corruption. Corruption has killed. Corruption will never do good for any country. It is a few people benefiting from whatever could have benefited millions. Now, we've seen people die in accidents because of corruption. People die in hospitals because of corruption. We've seen people being shot because of corruption. The insecurity around, the money that was to be channeled for security purposes, to defend our countries, to defend our citizens, have been embezzled, have been taken, have been extorted from the ministries. It is high time we say no to corruption. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please, if you find it so informative, please consider subscribing. It's not about PNP, GNP, or who you belong or where you belong. It's about this monster called corruption. Let's fight corruption. Let's be one very big continent, one world, one Jamaica, one Caribbean, one Africa, one America. Thank you so much for watching. Please, I salute you.